This past Friday, President Obama gave an impromptu speech at the daily White House briefing about the Trayvon Martin case and race relations. It was his first lengthy speech about race since his March 2008 A More Perfect Union speech, and also one that favored the personal over the general. Obama expressed the importance of citizens respecting the jury's verdict for the Trayvon Martin case because it is, quote, how our system works. Yet we also need to realize that there is a history of racial disparities in the application of our criminal laws, everything from our death penalty to our drug laws. And this is something the black community is acutely aware of. Obama also poignantly mentioned that Trayvon could have been his own son or even himself 35 years ago. He described all too familiar scenarios involving people showing fear towards black men that he himself had to endure prior to becoming a senator. The President of the United States was Trayvon and could have ended up like him. Obama knows people need to understand that uncomfortable fact. Obama was also quick to point out, in possibly the most honest part of the entire speech, that black folks are not naive as to why things are the way they are. Obama said many black people, quote, interpret the disproportionate number of black people in the criminal justice system in a historical context. They understand that some of the violence that takes place in poor black neighborhoods around the country is born out of a very violent past in this country, and that the poverty and dysfunction that we see in those communities can be traced to a very difficult history. Obama went on to express the frustration felt by so many black people due to the frequent lack of acknowledgement of this difficult past. Obama hit on one of the most glossed over aspects of why so many black communities struggle to halt or even slow down generational poverty, violence, and lives spent in and out of the criminal justice system. Obama offered a few pieces of advice moving forward, including law enforcement racial sensitivity training at the state and local levels so that police can deal with potential racial biases. Also, speaking to the Stand Your Ground law in Florida, Obama suggested examining state and local laws to see if there are any inherent aspects that might perpetuate or cause other similar incidents, such as the Martin case. Without outright opposing Stand Your Ground, Obama did imply his disapproval of the law with the statement, someone who is armed potentially has the right to use those firearms, even if there is a way for them to exit from a situation. Obama focused in on how we can, quote, bolster and reinforce our African American boys so that they're a full part of this society and that they've got pathways and avenues to succeed. These few sentences alone are gaping problems that require an entire shift in the way our society views black men. Perhaps it will just take the younger, less racially biased generations to come into power and steer the country in a brand new direction. Lastly, Obama stressed that it's important for all of us to do some soul searching, part of which requires us to delve into any biases we may have towards people of other races. A task that may not be as necessary in several decades as it is today. However, one glaring omission from Obama's speech, as it frequently is in conversations about gun violence, was gun control of any kind. If George Zimmerman did not have a gun, Martin would still be alive. And more than likely, Zimmerman would not have been following Martin. If this country had strict gun control laws, such as the UK, then the thousands of people of all races, especially disproportionate numbers of black and brown men, killed each year by guns would plummet. Doing away with the easy access to guns would do more to curb black on black, brown on brown, and white on young black men violence than less racial bias could ever do.